It is back to the bargaining table for SAG-AFTRA and the Hollywood studios, but a lot has happened since they last tried to sit down to hammer out an end to the strike. Joining us now to break it all down is Gene Maddaus. He's senior reporter at Variety. Thanks for being here with us early in the morning again. We appreciate it. Since the last talks, we know the sticking points have been AI, salary, streaming issues, but have the priorities shifted since the last time on either side?
No, I mean, it's still basically the same stuff they've been talking about since July, and the major one that's really come to the fore is this idea of a residual in streaming that would sort of amount to a revenue share from all the streaming platforms. And that, you know, the union has made that their central thing and said we need, you know, maybe $500 million a year from streaming platforms, and the CEOs have basically said that's not going to work. So that's sort of the primary issue, but there are probably a few dozen other issues as well. So it's going to take a while to get through all this stuff.
Okay, so let's talk more about streaming specifically, and another offer expected from the studios. Do you think that's going to be enough to finally get a deal done?
Well, so they came in maybe October 2nd saying, how about 20 million a year? And the union said, how about 500 million a year? So they're very far apart. And, you know, the question is, will they come back with something that's sort of close enough to what the union is asking for, either in dollar terms or conceptually, for the union to basically come out of this and say, look, we won. And because they need to get the contract ratified, they need to tell their own members that, look, we got a victory here, and it's been worth it for you to be on strike for the last 100 and some odd days.
Another major storyline this past week that's developed, all these A-listers, George Clooney, Ben Affleck, Emma Stone, Tyler Perry, are offering more than $150 million in union dues to try to bring the strike to an end. Do you think that's enough to make a dent in today's negotiations?
No, so basically the A-listers, was about 10 or 15 of them. You know, as you mentioned, Meryl Streep was in there, George Clooney, a bunch of people. We're basically saying, look, we want this strike to be wrapped up, and we're willing to sacrifice that to help make that happen. The problem is that, you know, the things they were offering, you know, we'll increase our dues, they really don't have anything to do with the issues that are in the strike. And so Fran Drescher, the head of the union, basically very politely said, thank you, but no thank you, that's not really going to work here. And so that was kind of a distraction, and I think the union is sort of trying to keep people focused on the issues that are actually causing the strike.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. We appreciate you following it for us. Thank you, Gene Maddaus from Variety.